to today's अच्छा आज तो हिंदी में बात नहीं आज
नहीं यार इंग्लिश में बात करनी है
अच्छा welcome to this YouTube live. Today is Friday and we are back here again with at another interesting topic to discuss, and with me is today mindset coach Arif Hussain. Arif has been to coaching for a long time now, and he has impacted over 5,000 lives through his coaching. Before that, he has made his impact in the corporate sector, and he's been a successful corporate professional, and is an author, successfully authored a couple of books, which have been bestsellers as well. And today we are going to talk to him about one of the very key factors in mindset issues, that is victim mindset. And we want to help people here from transforming from victim mindset to victory mindset, right? So, like, I wanted to ask, or you may ask yourself actually, is it possible that you have been playing this card of being a victim, unaware that the fact that it is hindering your progress, unaware the fact that that is the thing that is actually stopping you from achieving growth in life, right? So, what happens if you continue with this victim mindset? What it feels like? Because in general, victim meaning you feel that you have been targeted unreasonably, okay, or you feel maybe you're feeling a sense of insecurity which is causing you to do that. All in all, you always feel there is something else or somebody else for whatever you are. So the blame here, okay? So the kind of you being a victim. So let's discuss this with Arif, and let me ask Arif right away. Welcome to this YouTube live, and let's start with the bang. And I wanted to ask you right away. Just let us know what is this victim mindset all about.
I was thinking, Saeed is such a bad person. This world is bad, actually. This whole world is bad. Parents are bad. My bosses are bad. Everybody bad. Like you could have said, he's a bestseller. He is also going to launch a new book. You didn't say that. Okay, you could have called me victory mindset coach, but you said victory instead of said you said mindset coach. Okay, so what I'm doing here now, I'm being the victim. Okay, I'm playing that victim card just to grab attention, and the people start thinking about me, what I have done, how good I am. Okay, but the problem with this mindset is it cannot go for a long term. People will recognize the real worth somebody has. Okay, so I cannot be a victim forever. It will not work. It's a good card. Okay, it can be your ace at times, but you cannot play it every time. It can be played just once. You have ace, you can play it just once. So let me tell you a story. Okay, suppose. So whatever I said, apology for that. First of all, the world is a beautiful place. You are a wonderful human being, and it's pleasure and honor to work. To be working with you. I was just acting. I'm a bad actor, I know, but I was trying to do it. So let's say, yeah.
Just sorry to interrupt you, but you have the looks, you have the height, you have now. I realize you are also the talent. So you should try Bollywood now.
Yeah, I'm a better coach. Okay, so let's say there is a person sitting at the back side of the car. Somebody is driving. Now, with every bump, with every breaker, or whenever the driver puts on the brake, or he or she speeds up the car, every moment he is blaming the driver, blaming the road, blaming the government, blaming everybody around, blaming all the other co-travelers in their own vehicles. So this person, he's not taking any action. He's not trying to drive the car himself. Okay, so he's not taking any action on himself, but he is only blaming others for whatever problem it is there. So he is, what is he doing? He is being the victim of the situation, being the victim of the playing the victim of the environment. So basically, what a victim person with victim mentality does is they look at the world with a perspective of a effect, being an effect of the situation, being the effect of the environment rather than causing it, rather than influencing it. Okay.
Okay.
So he is controlled by the environment. All his actions are uh, reactive instead of being proactive. Even if he is taking action, they are all reactive. So that's
Mm.
what victim mindset makes a person to
Yeah,
be.
when you said that, it reminds me, like, many times, even in personal parties or in professional gatherings, informal gatherings, there will be people who come to the gathering and make the most of the gathering by talking to people, by connecting with people, okay, by having some meaningful dialogue. And there will be some who will be standing in the corner, not talking to anybody and not interacting with anybody. And after the event is over, after the whole thing is over, then they will probably go about saying, nobody talked to me, I unnecessarily went there, we have no value here, why should I come? See, it was not supposed to be that everybody should come and talk to you. It is a gathering, and you have to play your part. You need to take initiative and go talk to people, right? So I think when you say that, that I think it reminded me of such things. So now, in a professional world, okay, if a person is having this victim mentality and continue to be in that bracket, so first, it's important that we recognize it, realize it, right? So let's try to understand, how does it show up in the first place? How did it show up?
So, as I was talking about that person, passenger sitting in the car, or somebody who is at home doing things, maybe mother, wife, husband, or in the office, in the professional world, there is a working professional who blames the environment, blames others for things most of the time. So there can be real times when others have done wrong. So I'm not talking about those moments, but when you do it most of the time, okay, more than taking responsibility, you are blaming others for everything. Okay, that means you are making others responsible for whatever happens.
Hmm.
Okay, and when I say responsibility, it doesn't mean that I start blaming myself. Okay, so that's not a responsibility. Responsibility means, for example, I have to give an information to my colleague. Okay, it's an important information. I should give it to my colleague or my um, you know maybe a relative or maybe a friend. So my action is taking responsibility is that I pass on that information or pass on the decision that I have made related to them. Okay, that's responsibility. When we blame, we do nothing, and we think everything will be settled. People will understand, and eventually people will understand. But imagine the time wasted. Imagine the pressure created. Imagine the resources wasted. Okay. So what happens when? So there are ways how we demonstrate this. This first and foremost is we blame others, we blame self. Both ways, it is a victim mentality. We
Hmm.
blame ourselves to get attention. Okay, I do so much for others. Nobody else take care of me. That's victim mentality. Okay, so if you are taking care of others, that's your choice, right? Nobody is coming to tell you, oh, yeah, take care of me, right? If you are doing it, it is your choice. They are not doing, it's their choice. So you cannot
Hmm.
blame them. Uh, so this, if you just recognize this, most of the time, what I am doing, am I blaming or am I taking responsibility? If you are blaming others or self, in both cases, you are having a victim mentality.
So that, I mean, Can helpers be in this bracket?
Can helpers.
Yeah,
Oh, helpers are big time victims. Okay, when they are in uh,
low state,
below
low state,
average or destructive states,
low
and
state.
they are the best manipulators. Okay, if you
In a low
read
state,
the yeah,
in a low
if you
state.
read the
But
report in the lower state, they are the biggest manipulators. So why that happens? They help others even if others are not asking, they are not needing. They will help. Okay, and if you don't take a help, they will blame you. If you take help and you don't help them back, if you don't return, then also you are going to be blamed.
okay, let me also mention that helpers in a higher state and good state, they are gem of people, very good
Oh,
people to be with,
wonderful,
wonderful people.
wonderful.
Okay, now if a person continues in this, okay, in this victim mode, in this victim mindset. So what will be the drawbacks? Like, I mean, he must be losing something, or he or she must be losing something. At the same time, because of this person, the surroundings also could be, there is some negative impact to that, right? So throw some light on that, because in the professional world, that is important to understand what's happening to me, what it is doing to me, at the same time, what it is happening to others because of this.
So first of all, as I said, this is a card. This is your ace card, which you can play just once. It cannot be played forever. Okay. Uh, Next time you have to come up with another card. You have to show up with your skills. Your you have to transfer value. You have to demonstrate what you can do better than the rest, or at least equal to them. So if you are not able to show up, there will be no growth because you are not growing. So you will also not receive growth. Growth will happen like the person is growing, developing himself, and he will get opportunities equivalent to that level, and he will get that growth career wise also. So you will not have any growth since you are not growing. You will not be respected. Okay. So for a victim, you know, once they will have attention of the whole world. Okay, everybody is asking you, okay, what happened, what why it happened, who did this to you. Okay, that will happen for once. After that, if you are creeping again and again for the same thing, people will keep and maintain distance from you. They will go away. You cannot. So there will
So
be no respect.
so it's like the whole full story.
Yes, yes. And when people are not listening to you, you will live a very stressful life, and you will start degrowing wherever you are. Instead of growing, you will start degrowing, and you will miss opportunities
Hmm.
because in life you can go either up or down. You
Hmm.
cannot stay in one moment. Life
Yeah.
doesn't happen that way. Okay. So even if let's say you are stuck in some same position, others are growing, the market is growing, the company is growing. So either your job will become uh, like there will be no requirement, or uh, the job will be redundant. Something will happen because the world is ever evolving, ever changing. So something will happen, and you will be filtered out.
Well, the thing is, you see, even the people who play this victim card, uh, people who have this victim mentality, sometime or other, uh, actually sooner itself, they will get to know this. They will get to know. They will be told. They will realize this will happen eventually. This is not that it is continually. You will live in them. You will act in and in spite of realizing this, in spite of being told, people keep repeating this victim mentality. So, what makes people do that?
So so I'll come to your question. We have to really differentiate between what is being told and what really is. At times when people have gathered some knowledge, for example, with every mindset issue, the most of the time it remains unconscious. Like people are not aware. People are unaware of the actual problem, the actual mindset issue. That's why the coaching and the mentorship and these things are required because it's a blind spot. it may not be able to recognize by itself. So somebody has to tell. Now, when it comes to telling, because people have knowledge, they can tell you, like, they will just throw words. Okay, you, for example, one person is slapped by the other. It's a real incident. He was slapped or she was slapped. If he is telling the same thing, informing others that I was slapped, so he's not playing victim. It is something real. Okay, so we should know what is real and what is actually victim. So victim. Okay, now coming to your question, uh, why people, in spite of knowing or feeling that, or they are stuck in the same position for years and years, and still they don't do anything. Why they remain the same is because uh, it's a rewarding system. They feel they are rewarded. They feel good about it. Okay, they may not getting results, but at least they will get attention now and then. Maybe new people will come and give attention. Okay, so you will keep getting attention. Maybe not be from the same source, maybe from different sources. For example, narcissists are big time victims. They are victim in their head forever. The what they will do is they will find new source which will feed them again and again and again. So so avoiding responsibility, that's the first thing. Uh, you know, हिंदी में there is a saying, क्या था, बने रहो पगला काम करेगा अगला. Okay, so you show the world that I don't know it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. So somebody will come who knows it and he will do the task. So that's the advantage of these victims, forever victims, that they don't have to take responsibility, they don't have to work, they don't have to take the action, and they justify it. They keep justifying it. They don't learn new things. Uh, but being irresponsible is good for them. They feel good about it. Now, attention and sympathy, because they are gaining it maybe from same people for some time and then the next group of people. So somebody is there to attend them, to empathize with them, sympathize with them, feel their pain. Okay, so they love it. They love cribbing. Uh, Next is, as I said, they justify every inaction, every wrong they have done, or every inaction they didn't do. Okay. Also, it gives a sense of identity. It has happened so long, for so long, that it has become their identity now. Okay. Uh, so they will keep on telling their stories of struggles. Okay. Somebody slapped me. I didn't do anything. I'm so good. Okay. Or that organization did not promote me. I was the most, I was a perfect person to be promoted. I was the most skilled, competent person, and most eligible person. Right? They promoted somebody else because of the politics. That that's a very common thing we hear. Like, uh, it's so common. Okay. Also, uh, as we were talking about helper personality, so these helpers, they use victim card to manipulate others so that others do things for him or her. Okay. So so they have some kind of power over others. It cannot be forever, but they will have power. And if you are stuck in a relationship like a spouse or a parent, okay, uh, it is going to be very, very difficult. Okay. Either way, you do something or you don't do something, they will blame you. Okay. And also, it helps them to avoid discomfort. So they live in the comfortable place where everything is at ease, enjoying what whatever is. Okay. So these things put together make them feel comfortable, rewarded, and that's why they keep persisting the same thing.
Yeah, that's, I mean, that looks actually I mean, that sounds dangerous, but then again, the important thing is one need to realize this. One need to realize that this is this is the this is the drawback here. This is the problem here, and this is what needs to be addressed. Unless that realization has come, nobody can do anything or won't do anything, because he or she will be believing that they are doing right. So that realization has to come. So is there any way that how to get this realization? I mean, how one can consciously bring this realization to oneself?
Yeah, simple way is get a coach, hire a coach, talk to somebody maybe who has experienced more than you, somebody who is ahead of you, and genuinely ask for the feedback. You will get a feedback from an experienced person. And if you don't want to face that situation, find, start writing uh, what are the things that you are blaming for, and the blames can be for self and others. Either way, if you are blaming and instead of taking responsibility, chances are that you are suffering from victim mentality.
Hmm.
So
So
it's very simple to recognize if you really want to recognize.
no, but see, recognizing only the one part, of course. The reason why I asked this question is, now my next question is, now that people have realized. I mean, often people realize, right? Often people realize they have been told by somebody other, by colleagues, by their superiors. Somebody will tell them, no doubt about it. And sometimes maybe it becomes difficult for them to realize. But eventually, once they realize this, one need to take some action, right? So share some tips or some actionable points where people can take actions to break free from this victim mindset, because it is unless you break free from that, you are not offering yourself to progress, you're not offering yourself to growth, you're not available there at all.
Yeah. So again, I will tell two ways. One is the simple one where, and you are good at it. Like, don't take responsibility here. And this is good. This is a good one. Give this responsibility to a coach or a mentor. Find somebody and ask for help. Reach out for help. If you do that, it is going to be simple. I'm not saying it is going to be easy, but it is going to be simple. And if you want to do it yourself, then there is a second way. The first is the change the perspective that you see the world through and change that language. For example, uh, you feel that I am stuck in this job. Instead of that, tell yourself I am learning and upskilling myself, learning being in this job where I am right now, preparing myself for the next opportunity that I will have, preparing for the next job that I will have, and set a goal for yourself. Okay, a higher goal. Instead of saying that my boss is unfair, tell yourself. Uh, so whatever situation my boss is creating for myself, it is leading me towards growth. It is helping me to uh, have greater skills, perform better, and it, you can also put a question mark to it that how can I uh, create value so that I stand out for my boss or for my organization. Okay, so you just have to rephrase the same thing, change the perspective, and it will change your world. So that's the first thing. The second is uh, take control of yourself, and for that you have to own every action that is being done to you, and also the action that you are doing. Take responsibility, take ownership. Okay, so when you own every action, own your life, you have power. Okay, you will feel powerful. And victim mentality comes from weakness. Okay, and when you are in control, that comes from strength. Okay, so be in every position. Find a place where you feel stronger. You feel strength. Vulnerability, victim, being a victim can be helpful, but one. You cannot travel with that for a long time. Okay. For example, you are on a highway and your car is punctured and your stepney is also uh, it doesn't have air. It is so there will be people who are going to help you on the road. Like I myself got helped several times by the people. Okay, you will find some people, so you will get attention. You will feel good. Okay, I'm at the center of attention, but that will not that will not happen over and over again. Once in a while, it's okay. So feel be prepared and feel come with from the uh, come through the strength, have power. The third thing that you can do is change the story that you are telling to yourself in your head. Okay, so for example, you have got a task to do. So instead of feeling okay, let me be an idiot that I don't know anything, and somebody will come and do it. बने रहो पगला काम करेगा अगला. So don't go into that direction. Instead, find a way how you can do it. Learn learn something. Okay, and nowadays it is so easy. Like you can sit at home and learn every skill. Uh, there are trainers, coaches, mentors available. In every nook and corner of the world. Like being in India, you can get course from Tony Robbins. Right? Imagine. So this is the best time where skill, competency, or learning. Uh, there is no obstruction. There is no challenge. Okay, and so instead of saying that I am bad at sales, tell that okay, I am learning and I am going to be good one day. And okay, keep practicing and it will happen eventually. So take action. Uh, so the fourth thing that what you can do is take immediate action. So if you have recognized something, if you have found something that you want to change, take immediate action. Okay, so the example that I'm going to share, it's not related with this, uh, but you can, for immediate action, you can use that. So remember, there was a time when people used to keep wallet this thick. Okay, so the person that on one side there is a thick wallet, and he's sitting like this. So I was one of them. I was I think in 11th or 12th class, and I had a thick wallet. There was no money, but wallet was thick. All the papers, cards, everything was there. Okay, because it was I think some kind of fashion. Everybody was carrying it. So I read somewhere that it is over a period of time it can um, you know create an imbalance in your structure, in your symmetry, in your
It affects
anatomy.
your sciatica as well.
Okay, you may have sciatica, you may have joint problems, spine problems, and number of problems. So immediately I started keeping that wallet from back pocket to front pocket. Okay, so I took action immediately, and like it was okay. I didn't have to face any problem like that. But yes, I saw others who had this problem. They had sciatica at a very young age because of that thick wallet. Okay. So if you have recognized something, take an immediate action. If you have got a feedback that you are blaming others and you are not taking the responsibility, uh, so don't be harsh on the person who is giving the feedback. Be thankful and grateful for that person and acknowledge it and take action. Take responsibility. Okay. If you follow these steps, it can be turned around.
Yeah,
So
I
in
think,
between, you can become a victorious.
and thanks for sharing all those actionable points, Arif. Actually, they are not very difficult, but they need some discipline in you to do that. And often, maybe sometimes you may find difficult to find that discipline in yourself. So that's why Arif said, find a coach for yourself, and he will help you do that. Because having an answerability partner in doing that is very, very what called very important and very helpful. The thing is, even the best of the best people, the most successful people, they engage professionals to help them be successful and be there in their positions. They don't just because they are successful, they don't try to do everything by themselves. Either professional players or professional artists or uh, anybody in a professional circuit. So if you have to engage somebody, if you have to ask a coach, don't feel any shame about it or any reservation about it. Feel rather you feel proud in doing that, because by doing that you are investing in yourself, you are taking care of yourself, and you are the most important person in your life after all, right? And yeah, I mean, yes, so far I think we've had a wonderful discussion, and by now I hope people have understood this. The important thing here is that eventually it's your life and you need to take care of it, which means you need to take charge of it, you need to take control of it, you need to own it, right? And in doing so, you are the very first person whom you are helping is yourself, right? And when it comes to in the professional world, sometimes you find bosses who are tough. And I tell you, with my own experience, a little experience of over 3 decades, work for a boss who demands from you. Work for a boss who knows better than you. Work from a boss who's constantly pushing you to do better. Because only then you will learn, only then you will grow. Okay? If you're always in a comfortable zone, you are not going to grow in life. Right? So I think thanks, Arif. Thank you so much for all those valuable inputs there. Any last words on this before we say goodbye to people?
Yes. So one is that somebody was asking where are we from. So I tell the audience that we are from different parts of India. So we are not located at same place, and that's why we are connecting here online, right? Uh, Also, that being a victim, it may feel good at times, but for a long run, you will break relationships. And I'm talking about relationships at home, relationships in your professional life with your
Yeah.
friends. So you cannot be victim forever at one place. So if you are feeling like that, that world is bad place, it's not fair place, people are bad. Okay, so you need to find out somebody who can actually help you being in your good state. So, and if you are blaming things and yourself, in any case, whatever personality you are in your below average state. Okay, and everything is your mindset, your state of mind. So, find a coach, understand what the problem is, recognize it, and take action about it. Do something about it. Be a victor, be a warrior. You know, the warrior and the uh, victim, they both have the same goal. They may have the same story. Okay, but what is the difference? They may get the same result. Okay, a victim can also be, he can win once, but a warrior, he may lose once, but he will keep winning. Okay, so that's the difference. So be a warrior.
Be a warrior, be a winner, be a victor, and do good in life. I mean, life is, yeah, I mean, you have been gifted this life, so you need to make the most of this life. So don't let it just go in vain. With that said, thank you so much for joining, all the people who have joined, Rahul and Farrell and others, and appreciate your time here. And hope to see you again. Next week, we'll be back here at the same time on the same place with another topic, interesting topic. And do join us again. Tomorrow we'll be again here on YouTube Live. That will be Hindi, and we'll discuss another topic. Thank you so much, and thanks, Arif. See you again. See you next week.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.